So Ali, you are actually working on some of these things, and
Yes.
Can we share some more?
We will be sharing in the next few weeks. I actually wanted to bring it and show it off here in the campus, but as you know, tech projects sometimes, very seldomly, are late. That one is one of us.
That's a new learning.
That's a very new learning.
Yeah. Okay, but I think you obviously have an endeavor in Protonet in everything you do, and say, okay, data is something we have to really think about and be more conscious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything about our future needs to be a little bit on our minds. So what do you think is it that you could take from all this data finding, and, well, if we bring technology in our home, how can we, what is the different aspects you are potentially addressing?
I think one of them is, you know, I'm going to tell you another story. I was at the TU Dresden a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and they have the German 5G lab there. And they're working on, you know, 5G is a network that's supposed to be built for the 2,000 billion devices that are going to come up online in the next few years. And what I found fascinating was that they came up basically with the same technical infrastructure as we come up, how we like the world to be. We like to see a world where every one of us has a decentralized piece of infrastructure. And I want to do it because I believe that through that point, I as a consumer, as a citizen, can regain control over the data, and I can decide whether I want you to have it, I want Airbus to have it, or I want your company, for example, to have it to deliver a better service, but I can decide, I have a choice in that. For that, you would kind of need a decentralized infrastructure. Now, the interesting part is that what that professor told me about, and he has nothing to do with data security. You know, he's looking at how can I connect 2,000 billion devices in 2025. I don't know if the number was exact, but it was a very big number. And he said that it's impossible to create an infrastructure that's centralized if you have, you know, you're on a highway and you have hundreds of cars, and every one of these cars has thousands of sensors, and they have to talk to each other. We have to create infrastructure right next to those cars. You know, they're thinking about that the next generation of antennas and systems where, you know, our smartphones connects to contain logic, contain storage, and talk to the devices directly. So they're building the same thing out of a totally different reason.
All right. Whoever has a question, please raise your hands. And so, Mark, I don't know how much you have heard about, let's say, all of the future stuff is coming, and yours almost seems like an escapism. So back to nature, or bringing some of the, let's say,
which is awesome,
you know, cocooning back to our world in the futuristic approach. Retro future is some kinds of a, I don't know, it sounds like a Back to the Future thing. It's this year, right? So how do you think this, you know, your service also can be embedded in our future? What is so special about it if you see this technology stuff?
Well, I think actually it should be available for everybody. That's the idea. So that we get a price done in the future, that everybody can afford it, and we would like to actually implement everybody to build on it, because the idea is to have a design which stands in the background, not in the foreground. And for example, an idea could be, for example, there's a new Google Earth Pro version free right now on the internet, so everybody can use it. Why not actually scan the whole Earth and see here could be a kudu resort, and you can even earn money, because we will give you, of course, a percentage out of the thing what we get out of it. Then the other big thing what we're planning right now is to help students and refugees. I know it's a different group, but we want to help actually people, if they work on something and want to achieve something and are motivated and ambitious, then we would like actually to donate a big part, by the way, of the whole thing to the one who needs it. So that's something what we are going to do. So we want to embed everybody, actually. That's the idea.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm really curious about it, because I think there, besides smart cities, this looks more like connected villages. You know, where you can be in nature and you can be smart, and you are in the city maybe only 1 hour off or something, or the 2, or just in between, as Carsten said in the morning, the commute between Berlin and Hamburg. You can have this whole resort there.
Yeah, and what I see here, by the way, is, I mean, we have here a private cloud. We have something where we can live on, which produce a lot of data and can help me have a better life. And then we have a cloud provider, a technology provider, and you know, the challenge is for the future to bring us together, right?
Yeah.
So all the data here, if you want to keep it private, you need to have this. But you want to get, you know, use of your data and compare it with others using the same technology. You need someone who do these software analysis, and you somehow need the cloud to transfer data back and forth.
Absolutely, but there are two different ways. One who doesn't want that, and you should have that chance. And I think there are many of them too, you know, who just say we want to be actually off-grid totally. Yeah. Then we have a SSU, self-sustainability unit, where you don't need any infrastructure, so we have it all prepared for you, and then you can go off-grid, and then you can come back. And I think I just lost my mobile for 1 day or 2 days, and I was in perfect heaven, so this is nice too. On the other hand, I see totally what you say, and then it should be really intense, and it should help, yeah, definitely.
I think you should print them with the Airbus printers.
Yeah.
That's
the next step. Yeah.
That's the next step, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you very much.